Hello, hello, everyone. One person. I'm a little early, so I just thought I'd pop in and we'll wait a few minutes and see if anyone else comes on. And I'm sorry that's blinking. That's why I'm trying to keep my hand here so it doesn't blink. Hello. How are you this fine, whatever it is, Thursday night? Sorry I missed last night, but it was actually good I did because right around the time I was supposed to go live, we had severe thunderstorms and the power went out. Not for long. Hi, Paige. So it was probably a good thing that I postponed till tonight, although it's really hot and humid and it doesn't look like it's going to storm tonight. So hopefully we'll be okay. How are you doing? A little bit less stressed today, I hope, than a couple days ago. Hello, everyone signing on. Welcome. So tonight, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to start off with just one announcement and then show you what I got in the mail today from Stampin' Up. Not much, but we're going to use what I got in the mail today. Two of the things. So, first announcement. Well, first of all, we are live, as many of you know, with the July to December that went into effect August this year mini catalog. So if you haven't seen that or gone online, do so. And also August to September only is Celebration, where you can earn free items with a $50 or $100 purchase from any catalog, the mini or the annual. So don't forget that. And we are going to be starting the night actually with something that I didn't put in the description because the first thing that I got in the mail was these Memories and More cards and envelopes and the gingerbread and peppermint Memories and More card pack. So I just want to show you something related to that. It won't take long. Also, the paper pumpkin kit for September, which you have to sign up for between now and 10 September, is going to make 12 treat boxes. It looks like it says on here the box itself easily transforms into a vintage wheelbarrow to display your harvest. And the colors are going to be basic black, pale papaya, poppy parade, I think that's in the leaves, pumpkin pie, and then soft succulent, which you can kind of see up here. Yeah, I thought you might want to see the cards because let me put these away because they definitely would have made the card that I cased a lot easier. But that's okay. It was fun trying to create it without having what I did. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you those cards, and then we're going to, this is the card I cased, and you'll see when we get through the Memories and More cards how easy this would have been had I had everything. But this is the one I made, and it turned out okay. I kind of like it, you know. And then we're going to make one card just with the Memories and More pieces, and then we're going to move on to the other thing that came in the mail today. So anyway, let me move those out of the way and show you. First of all, these are the cards and envelopes. So I was right when I was explaining the case of card. The card base itself. Let me bring that picture back in. Sorry for my noisy air conditioner. It's 93 or something and high humidity here, so I have to have it on. But you can see this was the background there, and it does have like I don't know what color that is, crumb cake I guess, or something, or a very light version of cinnamon cider. It looks like crumb cake. And then this is cinnamon cider with black on it. So you get, I forget how many you get of those. Let's see, 20 cards and envelopes. So I guess, yeah, 20 cards and 20 envelopes. And then these are the envelopes that are craft. Kind of funny they made them be craft. I know there's craft paper in this suite, but you kind of think they would have made it be cinnamon cider. I don't know. Anyway, they're all the same. They're the little icing lines, a little place to put your address, and then just a craft envelope. So that's the cards and envelopes. And then let me bring in, these are fun. Actually, I think these are probably my favorite Memories and More cards they've had. Hi, Nix. How are you? Yeah, I know. Craft Kitchen. I know you like craft a lot. All right, so these are the cards, Memories and More cards and envelopes from the peppermint and gingerbread. Probably saying that backwards. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, this one's cute. Your sugar and spice and everything nice. I like that because I used to say that when I was younger. And there's the icing on the back. And then what they did is they gave like 6 of each kind this time instead of 2 of 25 different designs or whatever, which is nice. If you're using them for cards, you can make multiples of the same one then. Memories in the making, so that's more journaling, but if you don't journal, you can use this. I guess this is ornaments hanging on the garland, right? And then this is a cute one, holiday happenings with the icing. And so these are meant to fit, if you're not familiar with Memories and More cards, they're meant to fit in this space here. So you'll have that little lacy edge, like the scallop contour dies, which is what I used in my other card. Anyway, so that's how they're meant to fit. And then on the back of those, oops, is a red and white stripe, real red. And then we have Made with Love, which you could use for, you know, if you're giving cookies or something. And a stripe on the back of that as well. It's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas since we have, you know, gingerbread and peppermint. I used to buy some peppermint meringue cookies, they call them, but they just, you pop them in, they're little, you pop them in your mouth and they melt in your mouth. They're really good. So that's a cute one. And this design in Old Olive and Real Red. And then this sort of craft color with cinnamon cider, real red, olive, old olive, and white. And then we have a Christmas tree design on the back, which I'm guessing, let me see something, because I have all my cut aparts here. It's bigger than the tree, but you could still layer it or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't really look that good. So that's bigger than the cutouts. But there's the little ones. And then look what it has. So the card in the catalog, all they did was take this and this, and then I'll show you something when we get to the big ones. And then look, here's the stickers. Oh, and they come in black, 3 of them, and silver, 3 of them. So there's your drying cookie, what are they called? Cooling racks, right? And then even the paddles were stickers and the mitts were stickers. And I drew and hand cut my own mitt, and I used the What's Cooking suite to do my paddle. And then there's some little snowflakes and little trees and icing and stuff. And there's 2 sheets of those. Hi, Judy. I know. So I used the lattice, the craft lattice things, and I heat embossed them with black embossing powder to get the look as best I could, because I didn't have these yet. They weren't orderable right away. But that would have been so much easier. Anyway, mine came out cute too. So then the other thing is there's stickers with sentiments. But I was looking at them like, well, these aren't what was in the catalog card. It was a big cookie. There it is. They fussy cut it off a card, wishing you a sweet Christmas. So remember I said the star in the set isn't that big. There it is. And there's a sticker, and then these are probably, they might have been even dot. Yeah, they're stickers too. Here they are, red and green on the sticker sheet. So really cute this time. And anyway, this, we're going to make a card with this, put it on the inside. It's Old Olive on the back. That's really just a nice card, just like that, if you're in a hurry. And cinnamon cider stripe on the back. And then they put in 6 cookie recipe cards as larger ones, but if you don't want to exchange cookie recipes or something, there you have this beautiful background color. Yeah, this is in my opinion, this is the best Memories and More pack they've had. I mean, they've had some good ones, but this one to me is easier to make cards, you know, like 6 cards of each design or something, and get your cards done quickly if you want to. Plus, it's just fun. I mean, cooling racks and, you know, oven mitts and spatulas and stuff. And then the cookies are, you can get them out of the paper if you got the coordinating paper. So a really cute pack. And then the cards and craft envelopes are separate, but they're available. Both of them are available now. They had been delayed. So we're going to do one quick card with that, and then we'll get to the other item we're supposed to be using tonight. Oh no, let's see. Hang on. I just had an avalanche. Avalanche! Okay. So that's the one we did for case of card. This is what we're going to do. These are some that I die cut out of the paper. This is one of the Memories and More cards. Sugar and spice and everything nice. But I put a sticker on it, Merriest Christmas. And we're going to go ahead and glue that down and put it right in there. And then we'll pop some of these up. And I also die cut some candies out of the paper instead of using the sticker. So let's just do that. Yeah, I know. I hope he recovers or they figure out what's going on. Because I don't want my friend to be stressed either. And I know you have been. I would be. Okay, so I need these things. Let's see, we're going to put one down here and one up here. Just put a couple of these on. We're making a real quick card with those Memories and More cards and envelopes. Yeah, I mentioned to you, my dad had, they think, several, and at one point before he was known to have dementia, and they ended up scraping his the artery in his neck, which cleared that problem up, but I think it didn't create a problem, but we think it might have sped up a different problem. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Medical world, right? Hard to tell. What happened next? Oh, page, yeah. Yep. I'm doing pretty good, except I'm not sleeping, which is my own fault. And so I'm kind of tired, but I'll be all right. Okay, so this envelope I'm not going to do anything to. So there's the front of the card, and I might put some red. We have real red rhinestones, but I'll do that later because I don't have them out. And then this is one of the larger ones, and I'm just going to glue that on the inside because it matches these from the paper. And there is a card. Pretty easy. And the these were just die cut out of the paper, gingerbread and peppermints, the 6x6 designer series paper. So there we go. And if you want to make this card easily, get the Memories and More cards because you can do it super duper fast instead of the way I did it. All right. let's get to the one we're supposed to be doing tonight. Well, what I put in the thing. So the other thing I ordered, and it had been not orderable for a long time, is the Blackberry Beauty Designer Series paper. This is on page 44 and 45 in your mini catalog. And it's beautiful specialty designer series paper. It's down here. And we've used this Beauty of Tomorrow stamp set before. Let me show you those cards real quick. This was from a previous live. We did this one, and it's the dies and this. So but I didn't have the paper yet, remember. So I was using, my cards are upside down. I was using different papers, and I stamped and cut the bird. This paper that I used on these was out of the annual catalog. I forget the name of it, Beauty of Nature or something. So those were the ones we made previously with the bundle, not having the paper. But tonight we're going to focus on this beauty and the Ephemera Pack, Blackberry Beauty Ephemera Pack, and Blackberry Beauty 12x12 Specialty Designer Series paper. So let me move that out of the way. And I was originally going to do cards using the things from the embellishments, but I think I'm going to do 3 separate videos on those. So this paper is one of those that you can, we're going to use it on the first card. It looks like this. And so if you cut it at 6 and then you cut 4 and 4, you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different card bases, but for a 4x6 or 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 card. Sorry, I'm shouting because the thing is so loud. It just kind of shut off for a little bit. Or you can use the back, and you've got Rich Raspberry with Blackberry Bliss on the back. Really pretty. The only thing with this particular piece of paper is this background gray. I had trouble figuring out what gray would kind of go with it. It's almost, it doesn't really match any of the grays or any of the browns, but I went with smoky slate, and you'll see that on the inside of the card momentarily. And then the third card, we're going to use this gorgeous piece of paper plus some of the ephemera with the oak leaves, and on the back is like a meadow scene kind of thing. And then what's the other paper I was going to use? Let's see. The other paper we're using tonight is this one. And I want to show you something with this one. If I can figure out what I do with my stamp and dies. Oh, it's down here. Okay. So there's a bird in the dies that go with the Beauty of Tomorrow set. And that die cuts some of these birds out, but not all of them. So it cuts this one, and it also cuts some of the early espresso ones, but it doesn't cut all of them because they're flying different ways and they're shaped different. So just so you know, some of the birds in here do cut out with the bird die from the set. And I did that for some of them. And on the back of that, this gorgeous Rich Raspberry and polished pink. Hi, Heldenell. Hi, Cindy. Wait. Oh my goodness. Why did that hide Paige's message? Oh. Okay. And then this one, gold foiling. You can have it upside down. And the reverse is cinnamon cider and black, which is nice for fall as well. Sort of a herringbone print on that one. I know, I'm sorry this is so glary. Let me see if I turn this down a little, if that helps. A little bit. Not much. It's the foiling that's doing the problem. And then this is another meadow I think I might have showed you that already with the oak leaves. Yeah. Now, I did not make a card tonight with the owls, but I'm going to at some point because it's gorgeous. There's owls in the paper with gold foiling and polished pink, rich raspberry, cinnamon cider, and gold. Look like the colors in that one. And polished pink and rich raspberry, I think, on the back. And then another, I think, rich raspberry and gold. Really pretty. And on the back of that, it looks like deer antlers. So I actually was thinking that might be good to use with some of those deer that I cut out. A little bit too dark, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So that's it for the paper. Really pretty papers. And we're going to get started. Oh, and then also the Ephemera Pack. I've shown that before. Like this. And here's the owls. There's 2 sheets. There's like 6 sheets total. And I'll briefly show you them to you. I'm keeping them in with my paper. So A, I remember to use them, and B, I can find them because I spent like 20 minutes trying to find them, and they were right where they should have been. Anyway, earlier today. So this has something that we're going to use. This is where the owl was, and this has a label that we're going to use on the 3rd card. But there's 2 sheets of those. And then this pretty one with some, these all are layered different flags and frames. And then this one is a frame which I started to take out to use and change my mind. I think there's only one of that particular sheet. And then there's some ones that are gold and white. And we're going to use some of those on the 1st card. So really pretty. That tag goes there. And that goes there. All right, so they're part of the suite. As far as I know, everything in that suite is available right now. As of this morning, there's some other ones that are going on back order and not orderable, but oh well. So there you have it. So let's get started. Here's the 1st card we're going to make. It is a 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 card because I cut this paper to be 4 by 6. So this is 4 1/8 by 6 1/8. And then this is Early Espresso 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So I used a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock to cut it 6 1/4 by 8 1/2. You can use 8 1/2 by 11 to do that because you just, on the 8 1/2 side there, and then cut it over to 6 1/4 and then score it at 4 1/4. And that'll give you the same thing. So what I did is I've already glued this paper. Isn't this paper pretty? Ooh, love it. I used regular gold foil. There's in this suite is the gold shimmer vellum. We'll use a little bit of that on the next card, but I didn't use it on this one because I wanted to mirror that gold foiling there. And then we have the ribbon from the suite, which is let's see, where is it? I put it away. Here it is. It's just called gold, but it's shimmer ribbon. It's sort of a thin textured ribbon. I don't know if I'd call it shimmer ribbon, but it's very, very shiny. More bright on the edges. So I already cut a piece of that off. And a strip of Early Espresso. Now this one is wide. It's like 1 inch by 4 inch. This one I think is 3 3/4 by 3/4 because I thought like this was too big. And we're going to heat emboss. And then I punched out 2 of the ephemera pieces like this. And the only other thing we need is the bird because I have a bird on here. So let's see, I thought I did that already, but maybe not. because I'm probably losing it. All right, so let me see if I have some scraps that we can get a bird out of. Let's see if we can get the bird before we start stamping and stuff. I want the cinnamon cider color one. And I think, yeah, see, this one is not the right bird, but I think this one is. Nope. I don't think these birds work either. All right, hang on. Figures. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right, where'd the scrap of the paper go? I have another piece of this paper stuck in here somewhere. Here it is. I think there's another one. Let's see if we can get one out of that piece. Okay. So, that one? No. Maybe this one. No. See, this is the problem. Maybe this one. No, the wings are going the wrong way. So it'll do the, I guess we might just have to use early espresso this time. In which case, I might be able to get it out of this paper. I don't know. All right, we're going to try and use that one. He might have a little bit of a clipped wing, but oh well. All right, let me turn around. I'm just going to die cut that real quick, and I'll be right back. Actually, I'm right here, so don't talk bad about me. Anybody else having crazy weather? Deb, the weather checker person, wants to know. I'm ready for, we're supposed to be cooling down a little bit in the next 2 days. And by that, I mean going down from 93 Fahrenheit to 82 Fahrenheit during the day, which is more bearable. So there we go. There's our bird. Oh, that's the color I wanted anyway. He's going to go up here. All right. So first thing we have to do is heat emboss. And we're going to use the sentiment. Some people are just likable. And then inside, you're one of those people. We've used that before. All right. So we need gold embossing powder, which would be in the annual catalog. They sell it in I think a bundle of different colors or something. I forget. Sorry. But I'm using my gold one from before. It's the same stuff. It's just sold in a different packaging. I'm kind of going to try and center it and hopefully get it sort of straight. And I have a problem. I've got ink along the bottom again. That stamp, I get, I'm going to take this and just go along the bottom here. And try and rub that off a little bit. And if that doesn't work, I'll flip it over. I'm going to flip it over and clean my stamp. Not happy with that. What's happening is I'm getting ink right here and I'm probably not pressing straight down. Probably wobbling it, wibble wobbling. I think that'll be better. If I can see it. Yep. Okay. Phew. And that's Versamark that I was using, by the way. I'm sure you all know that. I probably need to get some new Versamark pads because I destroy mine. I seem to get ink in them or whatever. See, I've dumped a couple different gold Stampin' Up embossing powders into one plastic container, and I don't really recommend doing that because I have found I just don't like doing that. It takes up more room in my case. Then I don't have the room to have it take up room. Anyway. Okay. So I'm going to make noise. Let me get my wooden, actually, let me get my tweezers. They're not wooden, but I want to be able to hold it and heat it underneath. And then on top. Alrighty, here we go. There we go. Magic. Magic. That's about as much magic as you'll ever see from me. Yeah, I mean, compared to this, which is a 1/2 ounce pot, which is what they sell them in still, but they're just grouped in a bundle, versus I have 2, I think, gold in here. This is too big. It's just bulky and I don't like it. I much prefer using a coffee filter or something and pouring it back into the thing. All right, now I am going to do at least one end of this with the Pick-a-Punch, the banner Pick-a-Punch, and putting it in with the embossing down, I mean up, so that I can, well, down from the top viewpoint. But I want to be able to make sure I'm not cutting into the words, because I cut it a little shorter this time. I'm going to go back a little bit on that one and see. There we go. A little bit messy, but not too bad. Okay, let's assemble. Pretty easy card featuring the paper, right? Tonight is about the paper. So none of these cards are going to be super hard, as always with me. But still having a nice effect, right? I'm putting that across partway up the bottom there. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. You agree, Cindy? Yeah. They don't have to be super hard. And I do apologize. I messaged the host, Kim. I did not do my Christmas cards for 10 on the 10th this month. And I had planned some really pretty ones. So I'm going to try and get them done for next month using Stampin' Up stuff. But I also have a couple non-Stampin' Up paper pads to use. Okay, so then this is going to get popped up here, but first let's put our little embellishments down. So the first one is the gold foil one, and I did put some glue on the back of that one. So we're just going to dab some glue on here. Maybe. If the glue will dab. There we go. A little dab will do, yeah. Just on some of the bigger parts. Okay. We'll put the stem under here. Just have it fill in some space over here. You have to be careful because there's some really thin bits for that, the stems and stuff. And then I'm going to get the mini dimensionals and put them on this other one that's white with gold. Inline frame, yeah, sort of. You guys yell at me if I go out of frame, okay? When I look up, I'll notice. I'm going to put one more right here. Good enough. Hi, Philomena. Welcome. We're using Blackberry Beauty. Probably one of my favorites in the whole catalog. I don't know. I shouldn't say that because I have so many favorites. And the ones I think sometimes are going to be my favorites don't always end up being my favorites. All right, then we're going to put this one over just a little bit more there and bumped up. And then we're going to put dimensionals on this and bump it up over the ribbon. Do I have one more? No. All right, well. And I apologize again for the air conditioner. Drives me nuts. I can't stand that loud noise, but I need it. I need it right now. And then we're also going to put some dimensional small ones on the bird that we die cut out of the designer paper. I don't think there's no die for the owl. I'm going to actually put that up here. But there are smaller owls than what's in the ephemera in the paper. So I guess you could fussy cut them. I don't know. Haven't tried that yet. Alrighty. And, oh, see, this one's a little, paper's a little different because this one has one sticking way up there. So, oh well. We'll put a bling there or something. I'm going to put a little dab of glue on his back tail there and glue that part down because it's going to get caught. And then for bling, I used the new, if I can get them, hold on, without having an avalanche. They're stuck. They're stuck. Okay. These new brushed metallic adhesive gems. So we're going to put a big one up here this time because in fact we might put two up there. A big one and a little one. And then we'll go with another little one down here on the, that's being a little crookedy. I might have to put a little dimensional underneath this cinnamon thing because it's a little wobbly. There we go. Okay, I feel better now. Now for the inside, here's what I did. I used smoky slate and I stamped in Early Espresso. And that is the closest gray, but it's really not. And gray granite wasn't either. Maybe that would have been closer. I don't know. So I don't know what color that is or if it was just like a lighter version of Early Espresso. Couldn't figure that out. But I cut a piece of smoky slate, so we'll stamp. You're one of those people in Early Espresso. Thank you, Philomena. Alrighty. The paper did most of the work, quite honestly. I have to figure out where my, and this is like the smaller image of the two in the stamp set. And I'm not going to stamp it off the paper, so hopefully I'll just get it right here. And that is it for that card, except we have to glue it in. And I have to clean my stamps real quick. Alrighty. I think it's kind of a classy card. I think this whole suite is rather classy, the paper and whatnot. So, yeah. I was actually considering getting a second pack of this designer paper. But not right now. I just finally got this one today. So, there we go. Now, the only thing is, I have to figure out an envelope for these. So, yeah. Card number 1. Yay! Then, because I was cutting birds out, I was using this paper. The second card is using that paper. Let me find it. Here it is. Here's the second card. And let me see, maybe this is, okay, this one I already have a bird cut out. So this is on Blackberry Bliss. And the background here is Rich Raspberry. This is, we're back to A2, you know, 8.5 by 5.5. And I did the same thing on the inside as I did on the last card, but in Blackberry Bliss. So this Rich Raspberry I put through the brand new Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder. You're all probably going to get sick of seeing me use this because I love this embossing folder. It's another favorite of mine now. And then let me just bring it out. So this is the bird paper, and I ended up with some squares like that when I was cutting around to get the birds die cut. So I cut it in half, about 2 inches roughly. And this piece is, I had one more long strip. I cut it down to 5 1/4, and again that's 2 inches. So what we're going to do, and the white is for the inside, we're going to first of all glue this piece down with the Time Worn. I already ran it through the embossing folder. Isn't that cool? Such a cool look. I love it. Okay. And thank you all for joining me tonight. It's going to be kind of a quick one tonight. Just 3 cards plus the one we did from the Memories and More pack. I do have, I think I have another order coming Sunday, but it's a small order too. Just a couple stamp sets or something. I forget. So this is also 5 1/4. And again, it's the back of the paper from this piece. And I cut like a strip off the bottom and then cut it in pieces. We're going to glue that down too. Maybe. So 2 inches roughly, or maybe 1 3/4, I'm not sure, by 5 1/4. Then this is the gold shimmer vellum, and I think it's a 1 3/4 by, yeah, 1 3/4 by 4. Yep. And that's going to go across the middle. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but on this one I had some seal and it's showing there, so I'm going to keep it to the middle if I can on the vellum. If you have vellum glue, I found that actually that still shows. You can use glue dots too, but if I can get it going, there we go. I'm just going to put 2 strips across. That'll be mostly in the middle of the card. And then try and get my placement right. That just adds a little something. I got it cut a little too big though. All right, well, I'm gonna have to put it down and then snip. I must have cut that 4 1/4 instead of 4, or the other piece is cut short. I don't know. So I cut that crooked. So don't do that. And then this piece is also like 1 3/4 or 2. I think it's 1 3/4. Let's see. Nope, it's 2, but it's a little shorter. That's the bird paper, where we were cutting the birds out. In fact, I think that bird might be one that cuts out with the die. It is, but that's all right, because we're using the cinnamon cider one this time. Now, see, I might use 1 glue dot because I don't like the side sticking up. It's probably going to show, but I just don't like it sticking up like that. Yeah, I maybe should have gone with the seal. All right, so we're going to just glue this down also. Thank you, thank you. I know, me too, Cindy. This is my favorite DSP, I think, in the catalog. which is saying a lot because there's some really pretty ones in there. But it's not Christmassy. To me, you can really use it any time of the year. All right, now on this one, I stamped first. It says, I know this is a difficult day. So we're going to stamp that in Blackberry Bliss. But I already punched it out of the, with the postage, rectangular postage stamp. I'm going to bring that over a little bit to help hold that down. So let's do that. And hope I get it straight. Pretty good. And then I also, just to make it pop off the page, I'm going to leave that out a little bit, I took the marker, the Stampin' Up marker, and just went, you know, like this around the edges to help it pop off the background papers. I do that a lot. You've seen me do it before. You could also add a piece of, you know, like punch out some cardstock, Blackberry Bliss or Rich Raspberry, but I didn't want to do the cut it in half technique this time for some odd reason. And we're going to bump that up on dimensionals too. Let's see. Not that many. I'm frugal using my edges. If you wanted, you could pull in some of that ephemera again. I'm going to go up a little bit so that some more of the gold shows. There we go. And then we'll do the bird like this, I guess. Yeah. All right. So we need mini dimensionals, but it's going to be partly glued and partly not. So the wing and the head need, the upper wing and the head need a dimensional. I'm pretty sure most of the rest, and the very end of the tail. Ugh, that air conditioner is driving me nuts. Sorry. Oops. And then a little bit of glue here. And then that'll go right here. I think I didn't get it quite over. There we go. And then lastly, on this one, I used the same gems. I've been using up this gold brushed gem a lot. Thanks. All right. Let's put maybe, still not happy with that, but anyway. And then one more big one. Let's see, maybe I'll put it over here this time. I guess that'll look all right. And then on the inside, like I said, I just used the Whisper White, or not Whisper White, Basic White, and stamped I'm Here For You. Can you believe my granddaughter, my oldest one, not the one that was, flip it over. See, that one's doing it too. I'm getting it on the edge of the stamp. My granddaughter turned 17 yesterday. I'm like, what? And her dad and her are going to look at a college on tomorrow. Where's the thing? This is the thing I'm looking for. The other flower thing again. And just down here. So I just don't know where the time went. Thank you, Paige. And everybody. All right, so we're going to have one more card after I get this in. If you have any tips on the glue dots and or whatever, actually, I don't recommend the glue dot because the seal shows less than the glue dot did on that gold vellum. And this, I think, is cut 4 by 5 1/4. On to the Blackberry Bliss, and there we have card number 2. So far, pretty, right? This one has 2 different color birds in it. And this color, I'm not sure what this background color is either. It's like a lighter version of cinnamon cider. So this paper and this one, the colors are not our colors that I can tell. So if you guys have thoughts on that, let me know. Anyway, that's card number 2. And the last card is easy peasy. Easier than those 2. Here it is. Now this one I am bringing in the other stamp set. Let me see where they are. It is from the Time of Giving, which I still haven't used those dies yet. I'm just using the Thankful and then these leaves on the inside. This is paper backed on rich raspberry on a cinnamon cider card base. This is from the Ephemera Pack, as is this, except I stamped Thankful in cinnamon cider. And then this is from the Elegant Suite in the annual catalog, the trim. And that's it, because, and these are both bumped up on dimensional. So that's what we're going to do. So let me bring it in. I know, right? It's the paper, though. I mean, I hardly did anything. All I did was bump this up on dimensionals, this up on dimensionals. And I thought about putting some bling on, like I was going to use these this time, the gilded gems. But there's so much gold foiling in the paper, I really didn't feel like I had to. And this purple Blackberry Bliss is already on there as well, so there wasn't really room to put any. So I just put some trim on and then called it a day. All right, let's get started. Easy peasy, as I say. And I didn't emboss it or anything. The back, I already put this designer paper, which is 5 1/4 by 4. So this is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And that's just going to get glued onto the A2 card base of cinnamon cider. Right, doesn't need any bling. Yeah, sometimes you can overdo it. So like I said, this one tonight is all about this beautiful designer series paper. I still have to use the owl one, and a couple of the other ones. But these, I thought maybe these would be some that people might not gravitate to, like the birds. It's kind of different colors, and this one's gorgeous. And wanted to show you can make that kind of larger card base, or you could just use Stampin' Up's white Memories and More, the large cards and envelopes. But the way I did it, it won't fit in that large envelope, I don't think. Actually, let me try that real quick. Where did I put those? Well, I guess I won't do it real quick because I don't know what I did with them. Alrighty, so where's my bits? I lost my bits. Oh, right in front of me. Duh. Alright, so let's see. It goes like this. So I need dimensionals again. You know what? I'm just going to get a new sheet, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. I guess I'll be cutting. These. Just snip it away. Okay. Paige, you trying to enable me? I definitely want one more pack, at least. Because this is like, I don't know, this is one of my favorites, like, of all time in their papers, which that says a lot. And you know what's funny is I'm not really a purple person, but I love Blackberry Bliss. I really just think it's a rich, and rich raspberry too. They're both rich colors, and cinnamon. I hope they keep cinnamon cider next year. I know it goes away, but some of the colors they had from last year, I hope they keep. Cinnamon cider being one, and actually I like the Just Jade a lot too. I know they don't usually do that, but oh well. All right, now we have to do another stamping. We're just going to stamp Thankful. As soon as I figure out what I did with it. It's probably right in front of my nose. Yep. And we're going to use cinnamon cider for that too. Here it is. I have quite the mess on my desk. Right, kind of vintage, yeah. How about you, Paige? You going to get more? I don't know if you got it in the first place. Anyway, I'm going to test this on a sheet because it looked to me like I have some on the edges again. Now, the thing about this label is it's really pretty, but they didn't leave a lot of room to stamp on. So that's why I went and pulled the Thankful out, because it just fits in there perfectly. And now we'll bump that up one dimension. I'm going to leave, actually before we do that, let's stamp the inside too. And all we're going to stamp there is this set of the trio of leaves. And we are going to stamp off once. And this is out of the Time of Giving stamp set also. Or you could also just put a piece of paper, but I didn't have one long enough to go on there, so I didn't want to, I don't know, it looked kind of weird to me, so I didn't do that. This is a pretty paper. I highly recommend this paper. I know, I'm wondering the same thing. I don't know, with all this supply chain stuff, it might be hard to get. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I was thinking it might be hard to get new colors, you know, revamped, but who knows. All right, so that finished those dimensionals. We'll put this down, and then we'll use the trim as the last embellishment. Well, how are we doing time-wise? Oh my gosh, it's not even quite 8 o'clock. Woohoo! I'm putting that down gently. Make sure it's straight. Look straight to me. I'm going to put the inside in first. Oh, and I put that on a piece of rich raspberry. So this is actually 5 by 3 3/4, and the rich raspberry is 5 1/4 by 4. And I am using basic white now. I just have to get whisper white out of my head. Yes, once in a while I have an evil laugh. You don't really need the suite, but you need the paper and you need the ephemera pack to go with the paper, because those are both from the ephemera. All right, and then we just need the Simply Elegant trim. I'm going to run out of gold before I run out of silver, unless I start using that Peaceful Cabin paper, whatever that paper is called. That's up another time soon. So I didn't really use the embellishments I made on the 11th, except for the card with the memories and more. So I have a whole pile of embellishments here I still need to use, but that's not going to happen tonight. Not tonight, because I need sleep. I need sleep. All right, just using a glue dot, sticking that down sort of right in that that crevice there and hoping the twine cooperates with, or trim cooperates with me. I need to cut that one a little bit and bring it over. Show it who's boss, right? There we go. Nope. It wants to fly up in the air. It wants to be a free bird. There, that's good enough. And this one I'll tuck in. Okay, there we go. Third card, woohoo. Well, actually fourth card. So we have that one, and this one, and this one. And if you were here at the beginning, I already don't know what I did. Oh, here it is. We did this one out of the Memories and More cards and envelopes that are back that are in stock now. And so if you're not a demonstrator and you'd like to place an order and you're in the USA, here's the host code to use for orders under 150 in the month of August. I can't even believe it's August. Thank you, Hildy. Thank you, Paige. I appreciate that. Anyway, you know the drill there. And you can make this one a lot easier now, too. The way they did it in the catalog on page, I don't know, in the beginning of the catalog. So, hope you enjoyed. It was a quick night. I apologize for not being on Wednesday night. Next week, I'm going back to Wednesday night. I don't know, just what's better for you guys, Wednesday or Thursday? You know what, let's keep it as Wednesday, and that gives me Thursday as a fallback in case we have issues with storms or me again. And last night it was both. So, yeah. So have a great week and a great weekend. I am going to clean up and try and sleep tonight. So I hope you can too. Why is this all crooked and everything? I don't know. I don't know. There we go. And don't forget, paper pumpkin. It looks like it's going to be awesome for the month of September. Comes in a box that you can turn into a vintage wheelbarrow to display your harvest. And these are the colors: pumpkin pie, pale papaya, poppy parade, soft succulent, basic black. I think that's it. All right, and it's going to make 12 treat boxes, but Deb is not going to make 12 treat boxes, probably. She'll probably make 3 and do alternatives. So sign up by the 10th of September to get your paper pumpkin for Haunts and Harvest. Oh, and the treat boxes can either be, where did I, oh, here. An apple, a pumpkin, or a jack-o'-lantern treat box. So if you're not into Halloween, you don't have to make jack-o'-lanterns. You can just make an apple or a pumpkin. You're welcome. Thank you, everyone. Hugs, love, and peace. Take care of yourselves. Stay well. And do have a great weekend. And be safe. I'll be thinking about y'all. Bye.